subscribe. You never won't miss the vibe. Scrolling through my feed, looking for a good time. Hatcher on YouTube, dropping truth and rhyme. Passion for magic, he's playing the cards right. Live stream so funny, keeping us up all night. Waking up early, smelling bacon in the air. Gotta start the day with a savory fare. Evening rolls around, time to chill and unwind. Tune in for chill streams, where relaxation you'll find. Come hang out, let's battle for Lord of the Board. Hatcher's got the insights, he's got us all on board. In the world of magic, the gathering, he's a master and a guide. So let's talk MTG and take the ride. So let's talk MTG and take the ride. For more fun, you better subscribe. You never want to miss the vibe. Hatcher is the master of MTG. Oh, live streams and videos are never a bore. Streams are fun, super chaotic. You'll be back as it's all hypnotic. Come hang out, let's battle for Lord of the Board. Hatcher's got the insights, he's got us all on board. In the world of magic, the gathering, he's a master and a guide. So let's talk MTG and take the ride. Oh, 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 oh. For more fun, you better subscribe. You never won't miss the vibe.
Weird. I don't know what's going on here. I was supposed to press the button and it would switch over to the little head screen and we would slide on through, but it looks like my Stream Deck is not working properly right now. Well, that's unfortunate, but not the biggest deal. All right, anyways, let me have some tea now to steady my nerves after that unseemly incident. There we go. All right. Hello. How's it going, guys? You having a good day? It is the beginning of the week, and we are here for some Fallen Empires Stump action. All right? So let me grab the live stream link, share that in the Discord, and then we will have ourselves a magical time. A magical time together. All right, what is this? Terry's orange chocolate boxes, gold commander decks. All right, that's silly. All right, that is random. All right, those deck boxes aren't that strong though, right? So, I mean, why am I calling them a deck box when it's literally a box for a chocolate? You know what I'm saying? All right. There we go. That is good. And we'll switch that up to... Okay. Looks like everything is the way it's supposed to be. Excellent. All right. Well, I raise my mug in proper welcome to you guys. Hope you had nice weekends. We're here for... This is the first Monday of January. I mean, this is the first Monday of the entire year, isn't it? Yep. Okay. So, we're here for the first Monday, the start of the official week. Time for life to get back to full normal, if it hasn't already. And it's been mentioned in recent streams lately that we hadn't done a stump hatcher in a while. So, you know, due to popular demand and the fact that it's just straight up fun, that's what we're going to do tonight. Now let me do the hellos. What up, Gossett, Bob, Larry, Eng, Kensuke, Zircon, Heavy Metal. Who else do we got in here? Millmaster, Joe, Jess, Juglum, Yamagoro, Pierce, Shelton, Error, Casey, Christopher. I think I got everybody. I believe so. Fallen Empires Remastered. Error. That's the thing. This set's not even that big now that I think about it. Is what was the set size? Hold on. A 187 card set. But I'm guessing when you do the 187 cards, it's probably saying like there's multiple cards that have variant arts, so there's 3 or 4 different artworks for them. Sometimes it's pretty ridiculous. Hey, Shelton Super Chat says Elven Fortress effect and the artist who did art for it. I'm gonna go right now and say, yo, bro, I can't tell you the artists on almost any Magic cards, really. There's a handful. So the art is going to be one where a lot of the time I'm not going to know. So first of all, let's switch up to a view where we can put the card on the screen. All right. So right now we got Sir Chandlar. He's a placeholder. Hold on. Let me put you up on the board. He's a placeholder until we do our first search. I loved this guy when I started playing. Got him in a pack of Legends, and I was like, look at his stats. He's 4/7. He can fight a Crawworm and live. And I loved Crawworm back in the day, right? So a dude, one guy, look at him. Just this one lone warrior. Bro, I take down Crawworms. Like, how epic is that? Oh, bro, he's so epic that I literally wrote his name on the board. I wrote his name on the board instead of Shelton. All right, Shelton, it's your lucky day. Today you get to be dubbed. Sir Chandlar. All right? So there you go. You're Lord of the Board. Hold on. Okay. And we are going to do Elven Fortress as the card. So, artists have absolutely no clue, okay? But Elven Fortress is a 1-cost green enchantment that is like +1, what is it? 1 green and 1 to give target blocking creature +0/+1 until end of turn. I feel like that's the case. All right, so hold on. Elven Fortress. Okay, what is it? 1 green and 1 target blocking creature gets +0/+1 until end of turn. I said that, right? I didn't say +1/+1. So I got the enchant. I got it right. I got it right. Yeah. That's what right? That's what I said. Now my brain's like, did I say? Okay, I'm saying I got that one. I'm saying I got it. I got it. The flavor text. The sides of the obvious fortress walls often misled foes. Actually, the elves enchanted the forest itself to provide the first line of defense with tangling vines and stinging thorns. And there are actually 4 different prints of this same enchantment. So you got this version, and this version. This version, like, if you look at the different versions, this one feels like you could just bust down the gate like it's nothing, right? So how great a fortress is that? This one is up in the trees and looks actually pretty decent. Also looks like where the Ewoks would live. And this one is just a fortress behind some hills, so I have no idea how good of a fortress it actually is, right? So ultimately, I think this one is the coolest, like most impressive looking of all of them. So, good choice. Good choice for a card. All right. Jess, the super chat says Zaylon sword, the first of its kind. Wait, what? Okay. All right, Zaylon sword. So, think about this. This is an artifact from Fallen Empire, so it's going to be awful. Is that the one where the artwork is somebody with their eyes wrapped, like blinded? They've got it, like a bandana or something, a bandage, something across their eyes, and kind of almost like in a Justice is Blind kind of way. And it's like 3 mana to put out, 2 mana to put out, and then 3 mana and tap it to give target creature +2/+0 until end of turn. Do you have to discard a card or something? Does it have some terrible downside? I feel like this is going to be a partial stump on this one. Because I don't feel like I can really pin down the exact specifics. So that's a pretty good choice. Let's see what it actually is. Zaylon sword, come on, let's go. Oh wait, I didn't type it in right. Or maybe I'm saying it wrong. Oh, it's Zelion. That's why. I'm getting the letters reversed here on it. Okay, Zelion sword. Let's see what we got. 3 mana, 3 untap. Target creature gets +2/+0 as long as it remains tapped. Oh, okay. So it does have a downside in that this has to remain tapped, but I definitely didn't have any inkling of that. So I'm going to give that a partial stump, right? I mean, I got it mostly. But that's definitely a partial stump. Good choice, Jess. Bo Falcon Super Chat says the first Praetor of the game before they became popular, Eben Praetor. Oh man, Eben Praetor. Bro, like when I think Eben Praetor, my brain just goes, okay, I remember a big black creature that was terrible, but was big, so people wanted to make it work, and it worked with like thralls, right? So that's the Eben Praetor. And I think I can picture the artwork for it where there's people standing. It's almost like Buddy's doing some preaching or something. The background's orange. He's preaching to maybe like weird bunnies and stuff like that. Oh God, what is he? Okay. Eben Praetor. Damn, man. I thought that I'd have an easier time with this. So what do we got? We got, it's like, is it like 5/5 and you have to sacrifice thralls to it or it gets negative power counters? Is it trample? Is it 5/5 or 6/6? It's got a big body. And I think you have to sacrifice thralls to stop it from getting weaker. I think that's how it works. I think it shrinks if you don't feed it thralls. And that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we got... Oh, there is a bunny there. All right, 2 black and 4 for a 5/5 trample. First strike. During your upkeep, put a -2/-2 counter on it. You may sacrifice a creature during your upkeep to remove a -2/-2 counter from it. If the creature sacrificed was a thrall, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Only one creature can be sacrificed in this manner each turn. So, this is obviously a partial stump, right? Like, the elements were there. I had the power and toughness, the trample aspect of it, the fact that sacking thralls to it was a concept, but they're a bonus concept. Pretty much, that's what you absolutely want to be doing all the time, is sacrificing a thrall to it. But people tried to make this guy work, and he never did. And you've got like the whole preaching a sermon kind of thing. Also, I guess a ritual sacrifice where a bunny and a devil dude are bringing in a merman going, I guess it's time to listen to this guy. He's going to tell you all your sins, and then we're going to throw you in the thrall hole. Throw you in the thrall hole. So yeah, definitely that was a good partial stump. I could not recreate the card properly. The thing is, I love Fallen Empires, right? Like, it is awesome in terms of flavor. When I started playing, it blew me away with what it was bringing to the table. I was like, man, this is like awesome flavor. These cards are so cool. Like, the flavor behind Eben Prater is awesome. The idea that you have to just keep sacrificing, or buddy gets weaker, and if it's thralls, he's getting stronger. Specifically, thralls are sacrificial creatures, all of it. So the way it ties together is fun. I like it, but admittedly, it's not powerful card design. Back then, big creatures had to have big drawbacks a lot of the time. So that was this deal, you know? Take off the -2/-2 and just let you sacrifice a thrall to it each turn, but it might have been too strong. Hey, Jess is going in again with another super chat. This time, his choice is Draconian Silex. All right, Draconian Silex going for another partial stump. Okay, Draconian Silex. Let me summon this from my brain, because I feel like this is one of those artifacts that I really liked when I was a noob and didn't understand what made a card like good and worthwhile, and you overestimate certain things and underestimate other things. So I really like regeneration. Regenerating creature is awesome. Draconian Silex is going to be regeneration based. I'm going to say it looks like a big coppery bowl. It's definitely a big bowl, right? And it kind of almost like has cup handles now that I think about it, maybe. 3 mana to cast it, 2 mana and tap it, discard a card at random, regenerate target creature. Discarding a card at random is such a steep cost. It's such a steep cost. Okay, let's see here. Draconian Silex. Oops, that's right. There's multiple different kinds of Silexes in Magic, and I spelled the other kind. Gotta be specific about the different magical devices we're talking about. There we go. Draconian Silex. 3 mana, 2 and tap, discard a card at random to regenerate target creature. I got it! I nailed it! Yeah! 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 That's awesome. That's awesome. What up, Spurl? How you doing? Fun to see this back? Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's a fun memory test. Larry, you're asking, do you say the name of a card and I try and figure out the rest? Yes. That is how we do it, brother. We keep it nice and simple. Thelanite Monk. Oh. Thelanite Monk is a weird one. Isn't that like a praying mantis or a grasshopper in like a monk's robe? I'm going to say 2 green and 2 for a 1/1. Tap it. sacrifice a creature, turn target land into a forest, mark the land with a counter, something like that. Something like that. Unless I've switched Druid and Monk around, in which case then I've like gotten the name completely messed up. So let's see if I just said a completely different one. Because there's Thelanite Monk and Thelanite Druid. Okay, 2 green and 2, 1/2. Tap, sack a green creature to turn target land into a basic forest. Mark change land with a counter. Okay, so that's a partial stump. I did not get the power and toughness right. I did get the casting cost. I did get the sack a creature to turn a land into a forest, but I didn't get that it was a green creature. I did get that it was indeed a praying mantis in the artwork. So, yeah, overall, partial stump. Good choice, because that is a weird outlier. You know, it's a strange one. Millmaster Super Chat says, what reserve list card do I own the world's largest position in? Answer, Conchhorn. Okay. Conchhorn is the green-haired mermaid artifact. It's like, what, 2 to cast, 1 to... Is it 1 to sack it? Is it 2 to cast, 1 to sack it, draw 2, discard 1? Is that what it is? That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. Fallen Empires wasn't really high on the power scale, you know? 2 mana, 1 and tap, sack it, draw 2 cards, put 1 on top of the library. Okay, so mini stump, right? The discard actually being back to the top of the deck is a mini stump, but I I love the artwork on this card because it's ridiculous. Like, is she blowing into the horn? Is she kissing the horn like, mama loves you? Is she sipping Earl Grey tea from the horn? Jess's Super Chat says, Death's Cone, your memory is amazing, sir. Well, thank you, buddy. Delif's Cone is what you mean, right? Obviously, DHF Cone isn't something. Delif's Cone is a weird, you know, like, it looks like it could be a creature, right? It's like a weird spire. It's got a dark vibe to it. It's 0 casting cost. What does it do? Is it something weird like when you are attacking with a creature, you can sack it to have the attacking unblocked creature deal no damage and gain life equal to its power? I guess we're about to find out. Let's see here. Here it is. Okay. Delif's Cone. 0 to put out Spire. This turn, when target creature you control attacks and isn't blocked, you may gain life equal to its power. If you do, it assigns no combat damage this turn. I don't know if I said the no combat damage part, but I thought, like, it was in my brain when I was saying everything, so I don't know if I mentioned that part or not, but I nailed this. I nailed this one. I got this one. It doesn't, it looks like it could be a creature with its weird little spines, you know, like, way. Steven, you got raiding party, you're cheating looking at the set. It's not cheating. You're allowed to look at the set, have it in front of you, and pick the hardest, most obscure cards. That's the deal. You can pick whatever. So, what did I just say? Raiding party. Raiding party is that the you like orc butt card? Is it the 1 red and 2 for an enchantment, sack an orc to destroy all planes? Sacrifice an orc to destroy all planes, and then they can pay mana, either 1 or 2 mana, or tap a white creature to stop each plane from being destroyed? I feel like it's that. Raiding party, 1 red and 2. Can't be the target of white spells or effects. I never remember that part. Sack an orc to destroy all planes. A player can tap a white creature to prevent up to 2 planes from being destroyed. Okay, so you can't spend mana to do it. You can only tap white creatures. And I definitely didn't remember the fact that you can't target it with white stuff, so it can't be disenchanted. So it's a partial stump. But, I mean, if you like Orc Butt, if you want Orc Butt, let's say you're, I don't know, what's his name? Who sings that? Cisco. Like, let's say you want to put on the thong song and you want to look at this Orc Butt. You know, like, this card's so scandalous. And you know another player can't handle this. Oh. Jess. Oh, Elvish Farmer. Okay. Elvish Farmer. Now, I love Elvish Farmer, bro. It's a sweet card. It's like, it's weird too because it's the only card in Fallen Empires that gets counters on it to make the Saproling tokens, but isn't actually a fungus itself. So Elvish Farmer is 1 green and 1 for a 0/2. Each turn you put a counter on it, you remove 3 counters from it to make a 1/1 Saproling. And then for 0 mana, you can sacrifice a Saproling to gain 2 life. So he is fantastic when you're playing with Thalids. Basically, you can just go, oh, I'll chump block your dude, and then I will eat him. It's awesome. It's awesome. And the artwork is, I believe, what is it? Richard Kane Ferguson? It's just like this crazy white-haired. It's like the Elvish Farmer is old, bro. You feel the age in him, right? Like he has that old vibe. So there you go. There you go. Bingo. Nailed it. Bang on. 1 green and 1, 0/2. You put a counter on him each turn, a spore counter. Remove 3 counters to make a Saproling, 1/1. And then 0, sacrifice a Saproling to gain 2 life. Elvish Farmer is awesome. He worked really well in that deck. Pierce, how about Darrelor? Oh, Darrelor. You like yourself a big fat fish belly centaur, do ya? 1 black and 3 for a 4/4 with the hideous downside of while Darrelor is out, all of your black spells cost an extra black mana to play them. And I believe Darrelor is a Thrall as well. Let's see. Oh, look at that. They reprinted it. Oh, they made him a rare? They made him a rare in 6th? Ew. So 1 black and 3 for a 4/4. Your black spells cost 1 more black to play. So remember what I said, guys. In the olden days, creatures with bigger bodies had downsides. You know, they were just like, meh, weh. So, yeah, Darrelor. I never really wanted to play with him. He was a rare in Fallen Empires. Fallen Empires didn't have rares. Fallen Empires just had commons and uncommons, you know? You got 2 uncommons in a pack and 6 commons in a pack. So, there was no de facto rare. Nothing felt rare in Fallen Empires at all when we opened that stuff. All right. Well, hold on. Let's see some of the other things that you guys have said here. Some Thrall Wizard. Oh. Thrall Wizard. Doesn't he have that big white head and he's standing there with like his claw up like this? 1 black and 1? Is he 1/1 and then 1 black and 1 do something? Is it sacrifice him to make your opponent discard a card? So yeah, man, having this come back as an actual rare in 6th, terrible. Terrible. All right. Throw, does he convert mana? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You got me with a partial stump here, I'm sure. Oh, I got the casting cost wrong. He counters a black spell. Yeah, no. You know what, man? Casting cost wrong. The only thing I got right is the power and toughness and the artwork. I'm gonna just give it a stump. I'm gonna give this one a full-on stump. You know what? I didn't get the casting cost or the ability right. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. I'm counting that. I raised the mug. That's a full-on stump right there. That's a full-on stump. Yeah, there were uncommon ones and uncommon twos in Fallen Empires. That's true. That's true. And nowadays you can specify more as a rare, I suppose, if you want. But it didn't feel that way. It didn't feel that way. Drew's Soul Exchange. Ooh, Soul Exchange. 2 black sorcery. Sacrifice a creature to bring another creature card back from your graveyard. If the creature you sacrificed in the first place was a thrall, the creature you bring back from the graveyard gets a +2/+2 counter. I believe is what Soul Exchange is. Let's see. Let us take a look. Sack a creature, remove. Oh, okay, you exile it. Okay. Take a creature from your graveyard, put it directly into play as if it was just summoned. Put a +2/+2 on it if the creature sacrifice was a thrall. Yeah. Yeah. I got that one. With the minorist, the creature you sacrifice is exiled, so you're exiling and not sacrificing, but I still think the old school wording, so I remember that. I also remember the artwork being really weird. You've just got this dude, like, laying there. I'm going to pour blood on your face. It's like, damn it, man. Damn it. Evan, yeah, I mean, bro. Yeah, you want to talk about Throw Wizard compared to Royal Assassin? Royal Assassin is a million years better, right? Like, there's no disputing that. There's no disputing that. Gianna, Annaba Ancestor. Okay, Annaba Ancestor. Oh. Annaba Ancestor. Is that Fallen Empires? Is that Homelands? Is that the Minotaur Lord that gives boosts? Because, yeah, I'm like, that's Homelands. You're thinking of a different set. So we'll save that one for when we get to Homelands. Save that for when we get to Homelands. Icatian Town? Icatian Town is 1 white and 5? 1 white and 5? Yeah, it's like 6 mana to make 4 1/1 citizens. It's some ungodly amount of mana for what you get. I'm going to say that, yeah. Icatian Town. 1 white and 5 to put 4. Yep, 4 1/1 white citizens. Got it! Got it! Gianna, you're bad. It's all good. It's all good. I mean, there's 30 years worth of Magic cards to keep track of, and they're from roughly the same time frame, so they're both Homelands and Fallen Empires are some of the most panned sets in Magic's history as well. Is Witch Hunter Fallen Empires? No, Witch Hunter is the Dark. That's from the Dark. It's fun trying to remember these. Hey, Millmaster Super Chat says, Org! Yo, you remember the advertisement they did with Org? Although that was like a trained Org, right? The rare from 7th edition, I think. So, what is Org? Org isn't he like running after a dog or something? Because Org's a pussy, right? What's he, like 2 red and 3 for a 6/6, and he can't attack if your opponent has a creature of greater than 2 power, and he can't block if he's being attacked. If you're being attacked by a creature with power of 2 or greater than 2? It's greater than 2, isn't it? It's something weird like that. He's goofy. He's goofy. He's scared of stuff. He's easy to spook, right? Pretty sure. All right, what do we got? We got 2 red and 3, 6/6 trample. Can't attack if defending player controls an untapped creature with power 3 or greater, and he can't block creatures with power 3 or greater. There you go. It's bigger than it thinks. I did not get the trample part, though, so I did not get it perfect. There was a very minor bit of stumpage here, but overall, yeah, I remember Org. He's bigger than he thinks. He doesn't realize how big he is. It's kind of a fun play on the orcs. The orcs don't want to get into combat with anybody who can do enough damage to kill them. Org is like the same way, but doesn't realize he's just this gigantic hulking freak show. Jess and Casey, you both want Homerid? Homerid? Did I say 2 or greater? Okay, 3 or greater. Well, there you go. Then I was off more. That's more than a minor stump. It's a slightly less minor stump. All right. Where was I? What was I? I thought that I just saw one that I was gonna do. Oh yeah, that's right. 2 people said Homerid. Homerid. The Homerids were weird. They had a cycle of counters or whatever. So the Homerid was what? 1 blue and 2 for a 2/2, and you would put counters on it. And as the counters cycled through, it would increase and decrease the Homerid's power and toughness. So as you go through these like cycles, I guess, of the tide going in and out, that's the concept of it, you'd end up with a 1/1 Homerid or a 3/3 Homerid, depending on whether it was getting a bonus or a negative from the tidal effects. They were awful. Just awful. 1 blue and 2, when it enters, it comes into play with a tide counter on it, so I didn't mention that part. But basically, if there's 1 tide counter, it gets -1/-1. If there are 3 tide counters on it, it gets +1/+1. And when there are 4 tide counters on it, remove them all. So basically, it just keeps fluctuating in size, like I said. I didn't word the ability like 100% the way it is here, but I got the gist of the card. So I don't really consider that to be stumping. These Homerids are awful. Just awful. They have like 4 different variants of this guy too. Look at the difference. Look at the difference between them. You got this guy who's like, we have no society at all and live under the water. And then you have these guys who are like, I'm coming up on land and I got spears. I'm going to get you. Crab people coming in. There you go. He's got his power stance on. This guy's ready for battle. That is ready for battle. Evan, we already did Darylore, bro. Millmaster, it's interesting how the wording went from greater than 2 to 3 or greater. Yeah, that's true. They did change the wording over the years, right? That was a time spiral version. That was a time spiral one. Man, I loved the era of Fallen Empires so much. So much. A fun little journey of discovery. Because Magic was bad in the day. Like, some of it was good, but a lot of Fallen Empires was bad. Implements a sacrifice. Oh, is that one with the chick in the purple shirt holding their bowl? I got my bowl, bro. What is it? Like 2 mana to put out one and sacrifice it to get like 2 mana of any color? Something like that? Do you have to sacrifice a creature too? Let's find out. 2, 1, tap it, sacrifice it to add 2 mana of any color to your mana pool. Okay, yeah, so I got it right. The chick with the bowl, holding it up, son. Look at her. She looks so unimpressed, too. Did we do Deep Spawn? Oh, Deep Spawn's funky. Deep Spawn is 6/6. It's like what? Like 3 blue and 4, or 3 blue and 3? It's got a huge casting cost of like 6 or 7. And you can pay a blue to give it untargetability, but if you do, it like doesn't untap the next turn. And I think it also mills cards off your deck every turn too. It's just Deep Spawn, it's like a gigantic crab, man. I remember playing with Deep Spawn. 3 blue and 5. Oh, it costs even more than I thought. 6/6 trample. During your upkeep, take 2 cards from the top of your library, put them into your graveyard, or destroy Deep Spawn, so you got to mill 2. Pay 1 blue. Deep Spawn may not be the target of spells or effects till the end of the turn, and doesn't untap as normal during your next untap step. If it's untapped, tap it. So, there you go. There you go. Deep Spawn. I mostly got it. Minorly off, but not really stumped by that one. Millmaster Proto Vehicle Vidalian War Machine. Oh, Vidalian War Machine. Oh, is that one that has that crazy like boxy artwork that almost looks like a traveling jungle gym or something? What the hell is it? It's like 2 blue and 2. Tap an untapped merfolk you control to give it +2/+0 or +0/+2 to land a turn? And is it like a 0/4 to start with? It's a good one because I don't know if I'm totally just like, I have no idea if I'm close on this or if I just made a magic card up. I feel like I'm right. Oh, 2 blue and 1. Okay, casting cost wrong. 0/4. Got that part right. Tap target merfolk you control. Then it can attack this turn to give it +2/+1 to land a turn. Oh yeah, I was like half on this one. That's a half stump. That's a half stump. For sure. I didn't get the casting cost right. And I only power and toughness, tap a merfolk to boost it. But yeah, the fact that it was a wall that animates, that's almost, I would say that's almost a full stump. That's a pretty significant almost stumped. I'm going to go with that one for that one. Gianna's membership message says Aeoliopile. Aeoliopile is like a green jar with maybe yellow stuff in it. And it's a 2 casting cost artifact. Pay 1, sacrifice, pay 1, tap, sacrifice the Aeoliopile. It does 2 damage to any target. Aeoliopile. Oops, did I not spend it right? Spell it right, I should say. Oh, how the hell is it spelled? How is it spelled? This is not helping. What if I type in pile? I'm gonna get a whole bunch of options too. And I can't just go looking through the Fallen Empire set. Because then that'll, there it is. Because then that'll give stuff away. Alright, 2 casting cost, 1 tap, sacrifice it, 2 damage to any target after sacking it. Yeah, yeah! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Got it! Got it! Pierce, yeah, Soul Exchange is a sweet card, man. We were looking at that one earlier. Oh, Nesbo and Pierce, thank you for the correct spelling of it. I've already obviously gotten it by the time that came through, but thank you. What up, Thompson? Delph's Cone. Yep, we did Delph's Cone already. We definitely did that one. Oh, I see Goblin Kites. All right, Casey, Goblin Kites. Goblin Kites is 1 red and 1 for an enchantment. With the activated ability, pay 1 red, target creature you control with toughness 2 or less gains flying until end of turn, and then you bury it at the end of the turn. Goblin Kites, let's go. Alright, 1 red and 1. Creature you control, which can have a toughness greater than 2, gains flying until end of turn. And then, oh, at the end of the turn, you flip a coin. Okay. So it's only a 50-50 chance that the creature actually dies at the end of the turn. My brain just always treated it like, always just think of it as if you're going to lose the creature and play it that way. So I remember Goblin Kites. I remember that one. Sand Silos? Sand Silos were they had a cycle of the lands for each of the colors where basically it came into play and you could leave it tapped and it would build up counters. And then you could tap it to remove those counters to get that much mana of whatever color. So you could, I think they tapped for a mana as well. Did they? Did they? Either way, they let you were able to leave them tapped each turn and they would build up these charge counters on them that would give you crazy mana. I remember because I liked using the green one. What were they called? Like Whispering Woods or something? So, Sand Silos comes into play tapped. You can choose not to untap it during your untap phase and put a storage counter on instead. Tap it, remove X storage counters from it. Add an amount of blue equal to the X to your mana pool. So yeah, it doesn't tap for a mana on its own, but it lets you build them up, right? Everyday Dwarves Catapult. Isn't it Dwarven Catapult? It's like 1 red and X, and it does X damage divided amongst all the attacking creatures. Dwarven Catapult. Oh, it's not attacking creatures. It's all opponent's creatures. Okay, I got most of it. Most of it, but the grouping was wrong. A little bit of a stump. A little bit. Pierce. Oh, Hand of Justice. Yeah, Hand of Justice. Mr. I have a green face and I'm going to sit on a throne, maybe? 1 white and 5, 3/6, tap Hand of Justice along with 3 untapped white creatures to destroy target creature. Hand of Justice. Let's go. 1 white and 5, 2/6. Oh, tap 3 target white creatures you control to destroy any target creature. But yeah, it's untapped. All right, so just off 1 point on the power. That's that close to nailing it perfectly. Just one tiny little bit off. Just the littlest bit. Just the littlest bit. Was this the set that had Goblin Warrens? Yeah, Goblin Warrens was in Fallen Empires. Absolutely. Initiates of the Ebon Hand. 1 black for a 1/1. And it lets you turn... It's like pay 1 generic mana to add a black mana to your mana pool. If you use this ability 3 or more times in a turn, then the initiates die, I think. One black, 1/1. 1 add a black to your mana pool. If 4 or more is spent this way during 1 turn, then it dies. Okay. All right. It was off by 1 point. I was close. Both in order of the back of your hand. Wait, what? Order of the Ebon Hand. 2 black for a 2/1. It's got pro white. Pay 2 black. Give it +1/+0 until end of turn. Pay 1 black. Give it first strike till end of turn. Yeah, nailed it. It's all there. 2 black for a 2/1. Pro white. Pay 2 black. Gets +1/+0 till end of turn. Pay 1 black. First strike till end of turn. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Farrell's Mantle? Farrell's Mantle is a enchant creature. 1 white and 2. Put it on an enchanted creature. If that creature attacks and isn't blocked, instead of having it deal combat damage, you can choose to have it deal no combat damage. And instead, you get to do X +2 damage to a creature of your choice, where X is the power of the creature that is wearing Farrell's Mantle. So basically, if I have like a 1/1 and I attack with it with Farrell's Mantle on and it isn't blocked, then I get to have, instead of having it do 1 damage to you, I can have it do 3 damage to one of my opponent's creatures. I'm pretty sure that that's Farrell's Cloak. Or Mantle, I should say. Okay, that must be a... That should do it. There it is. Okay, 1 white and 2 enchant creature. If enchanted creature attacks isn't blocked, it may deal X +2 damage to any other target creature, where X is the power of the creature it enchants. If it does, it deals no damage. Yeah, bam! Nailed it! Nailed it! Nailed it! Eric, what's the game? The game is Can You Stump Me? By naming a card from Fallen Empires that I cannot say what it does. Bo Falcon, you like the picture of the one with the giant saw blade shield for the Order of the Ebon Hand? Yeah, actually, the that's right. The Order does have multiple artworks, right? There's like 3 different versions. There's your more emo version. And then, oh, welcome to hell. Wah! Savulionite Priest. Oh, Savulionite Priest. Is that the weird one that's swimming sideways? Is it like a blue and 1 for a, what is it, 1, 2, or 2, 3? What does it do? Do you tap it so that another creature doesn't untap? Huh. That's a good one. That's a good one. I really am like, I've got a picture in my head of a particular card, and I have no idea if the abilities match up. That's a good one. All right, let's see here. Okay, so it's a blue and 1. I was right about the casting cost, but I was off on the power and toughness because I said 1, 2, or 2, 3. And 2 blue and tap, target creature can't be the target of spells or effects. Yeah, that's a full-on stump. I consider that, like, I definitely got the casting cost and the artwork right. In my head, I knew this was the crazy orange sideways guy, but that ain't close enough to count. So, that's a stump. Power and toughness and ability both wrong? Boom. I have been stumped. Stumped. Well done. Well done. All right, you guys take a quick look over the Fallen Empire cards and stuff while I go and get some water because my tea is empty. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatcher goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatcher goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatcher goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatcher goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatcher goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. What's up? I'm back. I'm back, my friends. How's it going? What up, Blue Cats? What up, Nomad? Heavy metal improvising, coming up with his own versions. Hell yeah, bro. Taking a ride on the Hatcher go around. That's funny. Blue Cats. Oh, Stump's in the house. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's pop that up there for now. There we go. That's good. Oh. Ugh. One of those things where not quite sure I have something in my eye, but don't want to get something in my eye. So you just got to find like a weird little part of your finger that you know doesn't really come into contact with much and use that to rub it. But you can't get in there as good as if you were using the tips, you know? Man, I do love old school Magic. It's sweet. It's charming. I mean, it's kind of terrible too. I mean, if you look at this guy's ability, yeah, I was stumped by him, but we didn't actually really talk about the ability to blue and tap him to make a creature untargetable. But you can only use that ability during your upkeep and only until the end of your turn. So during your upkeep, you can choose to make one of your guys untargetable till the end of your turn. That's terrible. That's terrible. Blue Cats, the Stumping is real simple. People are just picking the names of different cards from Fallen Empires and seeing if I know what they are, how much I can say about them or whatever, you know? So most of the time you're going to get like a partial stump at best, most of the time. But there have been some genuinely good stumps. This is one of them. And it is kind of funny that Stumps is here in this stream. It just dawned on me. Nomad, what's up, man? You missed my content, used to steady watch, and then fell off of YouTube, and I hadn't been in the algorithm. Well, nice to see you. That's the way it goes, right? I've had that happen, where I've literally, like, haven't watched a channel in a while, kind of slides out of your mind, then it gets popped up, and you're like, oh, yeah, hey, what's up? Cool, I like this. Been there. Millmaster Super Chat says, Hatch only gets down in the Homerid spawning bed. Oh, Homerid spawning bed. The Homerid cards are wonky, bro. Okay. All right. Let's think here. It either costs 2 or 3. It's 2 blue or 2 blue and 1 to cast. It's an enchantment. Sacrifice a blue creature. What the hell do you get, though? What do you get, 1/1s? What the hell does the Homerid spawning bed make? Does it make a big fishy lump? Does it make little... Damn, man. I know it's an enchantment that you sack creatures to. And then it makes more creatures? Doesn't... What the hell does it do? That's... You know what? That's a good one. That's a good one. Because honestly, I'm sitting there going, I feel like I should know this. Alright, Homerid spawning bed. Let's find out. 2 blue and 1. Sack a blue creature to put X Cameron tokens into play. And they are 1/1s. You know what, man? I did not remember enough of this. I'm giving you the stump. You did it! You did it! You got it, Stump! I mean, I got a bit of it, but... Blue Cats, any cats. Are you asking me to tell you the name of a fucking card from Fallen Empires so that you can then ask me if I know that fucking card from Fallen Empires? Is that what you're doing? This isn't... It's not called Ask Me Random Questions like, are there goats in this set? I told you say the name of cards in the set. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? You just want cats? Well, you can just look and gather her, man. What up, bear? Pierce, Brass Claw Orcs. Brass Claw Orcs are what? 1 red and 2 for a 3/2, and they can't block creatures with power greater than 1? Yeah, so it can't be assigned to block. Any creature with power 2 or greater is the same as greater than 1. Because 2 is greater than 1. So I got that. Look at that Ugmo art, bro. Look at how ugly he looks. The orcs are all cowardly. That's how they did that with the mechanics. Dwarven Armor. Dwarven Armor is... Oh, the artwork's like a... Like, it's got a lot of blue in the artwork, right? What is he? He's like a red and 1 to put out, and he's like 0/2? Is he 0/2? 1 red and tap him, discard a card from your hand to add either a +1/+0 or +0/+1 counter to a creature. Something like that. Something like that. Let's see. Is it Dwarven Armor or Dwarven Armored Smith? There it is. 1 red, 0/2, 1 red and tap. Discard a card from your hand to put a 0+0/+1 or +1/+0 on target creature. Yep, pretty much nailed that. Pretty much nailed that. Tidal Flats? Tidal Flats. Oh. Is that weird enchantment? It's got like an activated ability and it gives all your creatures first strike, but your opponent can pay to negate it? That's the only guess that I have. Like, I can picture the artwork. I think it's like a bunch of like muddy ground, maybe? Tidal Flats. 1 blue, 2 blue to activate all your creatures that are blocking non-flying creatures gain first strike till end of turn. Attacking player can pay 1 for each attacking creature to prevent Tidal Flats from giving that creature's blockers first strike. So this isn't like a full-on stump, but I also wasn't like terribly confident about what the ability was. But I mean, I did say giving first strike and that it can pay to be removed. So that's definitely a significant partial stump, though, because I was in no way confident or able to like 100% it, right? Millmaster, the most resilient cards from this set were High Tide and Grenade. Yep, and Hymn to Turok as well, right? Spurl, you're damn right. Larry, Elvish Scout. Elvish Scout is like 1 green for a 1/1, and then... Okay. Is its casting cost 1 green and 1? And it's a 1/1? And you pay 1 green and tap it? Or is it 1 green to put out, and then you pay a green and 1 and tap it? I feel like the casting cost on it's 2. Pay a green and tap it, and you remove an attacking creature from combat and basically treat it as if it never attacked, right? That's pretty much... oh no, I was wrong. Okay, it's 1 green and 1 green, so it doesn't cost 2. 1 green, 1 green and tap, 1/1. Untap a target attacking creature. Creature neither receives nor deals combat damage during combat this turn. So yeah. Alright, I got that one. Goblin Flotilla. 1 red and 2 for a 2/2 goblin with Island Walk that when it attacks or blocks, if you don't pay a red mana, whatever is fighting it gets first strike. I think. Goblin Flotilla. 1 red and 2, 2/2 Island Walk. At the beginning of the attack, pay 1 red or any creatures blocking or blocked by Goblin Flotilla gain first strike till end of turn. Alright. Millmaster says, how about Turok's Gate? Oh, Turok's Gate. Okay. Turok's Gate is an enchant land. And it's an enchant land that I think you tap to give creatures +2/+1 until end of turn. And it has a couple of counters it comes into play with, and you have to remove a counter from it each turn. When the last counter is removed, it's gone, but you can sacrifice thralls to prolong that, to add more counters onto it, I think. Let's find out. Let's find out what Turok's Gate... Oh, I'm not spelling it right, am I? Turok's Gate. 2 black and 1. Enchant land. Sack a thrall to put 3 time counters on it. During your upkeep, remove a time counter from it. If there are no time counters on it, bury it. Tap the enchanted land. All attacking creatures you control get +2/-1. Ah, okay. I I got most of the details right-ish. Partial stump, but majority, I got that. I got that. What about Elvish Hunter? Elvish Hunter is what? Elvish Hunter is the one that has the what? Pay 1 green and 1 target creature doesn't untap on the next turn. And probably like a... It's either 1 or 2. It's either a green or a green 1. Let's see. Elvish Hunter, 1 green and 1, 1/1, 1 green and 1 tap. Target creature doesn't untap as normal during its control's next untap phase. Yeah! Haha! There you go. There you go. Vidalian Mage. Vidalian Mage is 1 blue and 2 for a 1/1 merfolk. Pay 1 and tap it. Counter target spell unless that spell's controller pays 1 mana. I remember Vidalian Mage like blew my mind when I saw it. I was like, you can just use this like every turn to counter somebody's spell? That's so crazy. That's so insanely strong. And I loved this artwork with the crystal ball too. There's multiple artworks for this card. This one was my favorite. But they're all kind of fun. I mean, this guy's got a crazy little water sprite and he looks intense, right? He's all a crazy beef boy. And then there's also this guy who looks so unimpressive compared to the other two, right? Like, look at this guy. He's just like, he's the Aquaman of the group. Okay, loser, right? Compared to this guy. Like, who are you letting bang your daughter behind the Arby's, guys? Who? Who are you letting father your daughter's children? This guy? Or this guy? Huh? Whose genes do you want entering your lineage? Sea Singer. Oh, Sea Singer is 2 blue and 1. It's a 0/1. Tap to gain control of target creature. Like, it's one of those ones you can leave tapped and choose not to untap. And you tap it to take control of a creature your opponent controls for as long as it remains tapped. But that creature's power has to be less than or equal to the number of islands you have out, I believe. Little 0/1 body for 3 mana. Pretty fragile. Pretty fragile. Yep. Okay, let's see here. Tap, gain control target creature. As long as they have any islands. Oh, okay. Yep. No, I got partial. Partial. I was right about the stealing and the not untapping part, but I didn't get the if you don't have any islands, she gets smoked, and the fact that they just have to have an island, right? So that is different. That is different. So that is a significant partial stump. Of course, the Fallen Empire artwork is better than this one. Oh, yeah. Come on over and rub my pot belly, big boy. That's how she gets you. Yo, have you ever touched a mermaid's pot belly, buddy? Check it out. I'm the inspiration for Starbucks. Let me fill your cup, son. Does my phone tell me how much I use it? Like it's trying to get me to use it less? Jess, I feel like I've had devices do that. I don't know if my phone is doing that, but I've definitely encountered that. Yeah, Old Man of the Sea was like obviously a much bigger deal and much harder to come by than a Sea Singer. Some Tidal Influence. Isn't Tidal Influence like 1 blue and 2? It's an enchantment. Kind of looks like a Death Star maybe in the sky. And it basically just does the Homerid effect on all your blue creatures. Or is it +2 +0 and +0 -2? Something like that. It's gonna have it's gonna be an enchantment that does something along those lines. 1 blue and 2. You got the moon there. Put a tide counter on it when it's brought into play. If there's 1 tide counter on it, all blue creatures get -2, -0. If there's okay, so I got the power and toughness things wrong. Like I was right about the +2 +0, wrong about the -0 -2. It's just -2 power. So I remember it. It's really underwhelming. You know, you think to yourself, whoa, but it's not worth it. Especially since blue creatures mostly sucked back then. So you just sit there going, what am I supposed to do with this? Juggle them. I mean, just like it, if you think about it, yeah, it's like merfolk are just swimming around in fish dumps all the time, bro. You got gills. Those gills are there so that fish dumps don't get into your water lungs, into your aqua lung. Thelon's Curse. Oh, Thelon's Curse. That's Is that the one with the bald guy on it? It's like a 2 green casting enchantment that punishes you for playing blue. Does it stop blue creatures from untapping? Unless they pay like a blue per creature to untap it or something like that. Let's find out. Two green, blue creatures don't untap during the controller's untap step. During the upkeep, they can pay a blue to untap them. Yeah! Nailed it! Nailed it! Somebody's getting railed by a tree tonight. Millmaster, some cards like Acacian Skirmisher said bans and not banding. Yeah, there was definitely some inconsistency at the beginning. Gianni, you think the Jellyfish Commander in Foundations is a lead into the SpongeBob Secret Lair? I don't think they're putting that much effort into leading into a SpongeBob Secret Lair. I think they're really going off the either you want it or you don't. I don't think somebody would be like, I don't want anything to do with SpongeBob until they made that anime Jellyfish Girl, and then I became all about it. It feels unlikely. You know what I mean? It feels unlikely. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's unlikely. All right. Seems like I got a pretty decent knowledge of most of this stuff. Even if some of it is obscured through the mists of time. Thrall Retainer. Thrall Retainer is that fat, pot-bellied goofbag goobler who has, like a Morning Star? It's like 1 black enchantment that enchants a creature and gives it +1/+1, and you can sacrifice the enchantment to regenerate the creature. One black enchanted creature with +1/+1, sack it to regenerate enchanted creature. And yeah, the Morning Star flail and the fat belly. Ha ha! Yeah. What will SpongeBob's creature type be? SpongeBob? Probably. I have no idea. Mind Stab Throw. Mind Stab Throw. 2 black and 1 for a 2/2. If you attack with it and it is not blocked, you can choose to sacrifice it, and then your opponent has to pitch 3 cards. Mind Stab Throw was gross when you Dark Ritualed it out on the first turn. You're just like, somebody goes, Dark Ritual Mind Stab Throw. And you just go, yo, fuck you, dude. Right? Like, they pitched 3 cards. The only way it could be crazier is if it was at random. 3 cards. Mind Step Thrall. Mind Step Thrall. I remember that. I remember that. Vidalian Knights. What is Vidalian Knights? Is that those... Is that like the Sea Knights where they're like wearing armor and stuff? And it's like... What are they? 2 blue and 1? For a 2/2 that you can pay a blue to give them flying? Right? Two blue and 1. Oh, I didn't get the first strike. I didn't get the first strike. I got that gives it flying, and I didn't get the part about the islands that your opponent needs to attack. I forgot about just how awful some old cards can be. The artwork is distinctive. I do remember this card. I do remember it. Thornthalid. Thornthalid is 2 green and 1 for a 2/2, and you put a counter on it each turn. But unlike the Elvish Farmer that we saw before, the counters that you remove from Thornthalid are take 3 off to do 1 damage to any target. Thornthalid, shooting at your mom. She's taking off her thong tonight. Thornthalid and me. Okay. So yeah, there you go. Thornthalid. Thornthalid. Got that one. Jess, there's no card called Animate Sponge. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Millmaster, you want to talk about Richard Kane Ferguson's Turok's chant art. It's good. Homerage Shaman? Homerage Shaman. 2 blue and 2 for a 2/1, pay 1 blue, tap target green creature? Two blue and 2, 2/1, 1 blue, tap target green creature. Bam! Bump, 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 bump. Got it. Got it. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We bought some Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer cereal just for the box, to have it for like Christmas display because it looks good, it has the right Christmas vibe. And so we took the bag of cereal out of the box and just taped the box back shut to keep the box. So I actually tried the cereal last night, and it's pretty tasty, but it also just murders the top of your mouth. It's almost as bad as Captain Crunch does. Jess, Bottomless Vault is just the black version of the sand silos that we saw. So I basically consider that whole cycle all the same. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, wait, there's 2 different land cycles. Eric's like, I'm out. A lobster with feather necklace. That's it. He's a shaman. He's a shaman, man. It's like a person. He can't have a necklace of feathers. I think that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Some Feral Thallid. Feral Thallid is 3 green and 3 for a 6/3. You put fungus counters on it, spore counters, whatever they're called, and then you remove 3 to regenerate it, I think. 3 mana, 6 mana, I should say 6/3. Remove 3 counters to regenerate. Yeah! Got it. Was Fallen Empires a large set? Not that large, no. No, it was less than 200 cards. Pierce, Ring of Renewal? No, nobody's mentioned Ring of Renewal. What is Ring of Renewal? Is it 5 to put out? I feel like it's a card that makes you discard and, like, draw. Probably, like, you get to draw 2 cards and you have to discard 1. Something like that. I feel like it's 5 to put out. Or maybe it's even 5 to activate. And then you, like, discard a card at random and draw 2 cards. Something like that. Ring of Renewal. Let's see what we got. 5 mana. Yep, 5 mana. Tap, discard a card at random, and draw 2. Oh, okay, cool. Nailed it. Bang on. Bang on. Are there enough decent Thalids for Thalid Tribal? Yeah, I played Thalid Tribal. I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, exactly. There's 187 cards in the set, but a bunch of the commons had like 3 or 4 different art variants. So the set is much smaller. It's probably like, I don't know, 120 unique cards, maybe even less. Jess, Night Soil. Night Soil is an enchantment that costs 2 green, pay 1, remove 2 creature cards from a graveyard from the game. So 2 creature cards from 1 graveyard from the game, and then make a 1/1 Saproling. Night Soil, Night Soil. Bum, 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 bum. Weird. It was showing a completely different artwork. That was strange. It was showing for a different card. There you go. 2 green enchantment, pay 1, remove 2 creatures in any graveyard from the game to make a 1/1 Saproling. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Teferi, you think you have the Fallen Empire cardboard cutout tokens? Oh yeah, I remember those little ones. I think I have some of those tucked into some of the comic books I have and stuff. Pierce, have we done Breeding Pit yet? We have not. Breeding Pit is 1 black and 3 for an enchantment that you have to pay 2 black during your upkeep to keep around, and during your upkeep you make a 0/1 Thrall token. Breeding Pit. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. You make the Thrall your end step there. All right, I might have said upkeep, but whatever. I got it. I got it. Icatian Priest. Icatian Priest is he the 1 white for a 1/1 who has the ability to pay 2 white and 1, give target creature +1/+1 till end of turn? Icatian Priest. I could have spent this time learning something useful. 1 white, 1/1, pay 2 white and 1, target creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Nailed it, bro. Nailed it, son. Look at the artwork. Let me heal you. It's like you can't do anything for him. He's dead, bro. That guy is dead. Look at him. He's done. He's done. Icatian Money Changer. 1 white for a 0/2? 0/2, 0/3, 0/2. I feel like 0/2. 1 white for a 0/2. When it comes into play, it does 3 damage to you. And then you put a counter on it during your upkeep. And you also have the ability to sacrifice it. And when you sacrifice it, you gain life equal to the number of counters on it. So the idea is you pay 1 to put it out. It hits you at first, but then you let it sit there building up the money, right? And then you sacrifice it to get ahead. So it's a risky move because you take 3 right away, and it doesn't give 3 counters on the card as far as I recall. So you have to wait 3 turns just to become even, right? One white, 0/2. It deals 3 damage to you when summoned. Put 3. Oh no, it does come with 3 counters. Okay, I was wrong about that part. I just remember it being risky. So During your upkeep, you put a counter on it, and then you sacrifice it to gain life equal to the counters on it. So, pretty close. Pretty close. I was wrong about the it does actually come out with 3. So, Christ, what are you talking about? Insurrection. Heroism. Oh, heroism. Does that one have a guy with the winged helmet on it who almost looks like he's going to run down like a football field almost? Maybe. Am I thinking of the right thing? Is it an enchantment that costs like 1 white and 2 and sacrifice a white creature to prevent all damage from red sources? Red creatures? Red sources? Something like that? Something like that. Is that what we're talking about? Heroism? Okay. 1 white and 2. Sack a white creature to have attacking red creatures deal no combat damage during combat this turn. The attacking player may pay 2 and a red for an attacking creature to have it deal damage as normal. Okay, so I mostly got it. That's not 100%. You know, it's a bit of a stump because I didn't say the part that it specifies combat and that they can pay to have the creatures deal damage. So I got some of it. Oh, okay, Christ. Fair enough, buddy. Fair enough. Harbo, yeah, we already did the Zelion sword. Yep, we definitely did that. And it is a precursor to equipment in the whole fact that it doesn't untap. That's true. Natural selection. Are you talking about the green enchantment that's based on lands and stuff from Homelands, bro? Dallas Cube. Dallas Cube. It's a regeneration-based artifact. Green background, purple cube. Purplish cube? 2 and tap it. Target attacking creature deals no combat damage this turn. Put a counter on the Delph's Cube. And then for 2 mana, you can take a counter off of Delph's Cube and use that to regenerate a creature. So, how much does it cost? 2 or 4? I'm going to say it costs 2. Oh, Christ, we're only doing Fallen Empires today, buddy. We're not doing other sets. This is Fallen Empires edition. So if you're just talking about like the original like alpha cards and stuff, that's not part of today, bro. Oh, 1 to put out. Okay. 2 and tap. If target creature you control attacks and isn't blocked, it deals no damage to opponent. Instead, put a cube counter on it. 2, remove cube counter to regenerate target creature. Aside from the casting cost being slightly off, I nailed it. Juggle them next time. Can we put different sets on a wheel for set choice? I've just been chronologically going through the sets from the beginning, you know? Just been starting out with early sets. Boom, one after another. Bam, 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 like that, you know? So next would be Ice Age and then Homelands. That would be our progression. But yeah, man, Fallen Empires was a set that I really got into. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I enjoyed the flavor of it. The cards were admittedly weak, but had the advantage of being new to the game at the time and the advantage of there just not being that many Magic cards overall, you know? So I remember trying to get Delos Cube and make it work, right? Some combat medic, 1 white and 2 for a 0/2. Pay 1 white and 1, prevent 1 damage to any target. Combat medic, yeah, yeah. I actually played with combat medic back in the day. I played with this card. Arba, yep. The Delos Cone, already been covered. It's already been covered. We've done, I mean, I'm guessing we've done pretty much the whole set at this point. I don't think there's too much that we haven't covered already. Yeah. So ultimately, you know, looking at it, comparing it to other Magic sets, it's kind of meh. It's kind of meh. Feral Zealot? Doesn't Feral Zealot just basically like 2 white and 1 for a 2/2, and when it attacks and isn't blocked, you can have it deal its combat damage to, like, pretty similar to Feral's Mantle, right? I just don't know if it gets the +2 bonus. Is that right? Well, let's find out. Oh no, you can do 3 damage instead of the 2 damage it would do. Okay, all right. Yeah, a little bit off. Dwarven Lieutenant. What is he, like 2 red for a like 2/1? Pay 1 red and 1. Target dwarf gets +1/+0 to end a turn. 2 red, 1, 2. Okay. 1 red and 1. Target dwarf gets +1/+0. I got the power and toughness switched up, but otherwise, whoop, whoop. Icacian Slarmishers? That must be Icacian Skirmishers. Icacian Skirmishers are... Why does my brain want to say they're an Ice Age? They're not. Icacian is Fallen Empires. Right? Icacian Skirmishers, are they 1 white and 3 for a 1/1 that has banding and first strike, and whatever it bands with gets first strike? Or does what it bands with get banding? Let's find out. Let's find out. 1 white and 3, 1/1 bans first strike. All creatures that band with it to attack gain first strike. Yeah! 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 Mercine! Okay. Merfolk Nets. Merfolk Nets. Ba-da-da-da-da. Mercine. 2 blue and 2 enchant creature. Tap enchanted creature for as long as Mercine's on it, basically. And Mercine has what? 3 net counters, and you can remove a net counter by paying the creature's casting cost. Once all the net counters are off it, then the Mercine's gone and the creature can untap normally. Right? Right? Let's find out. Mercine! 2 blue and 2, put 3 net counters on it. Creature enchant doesn't untap as normal as long as there's net counters on it. Target creature's controller may pay creature's casting cost to remove a net counter. Boom! 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 Ha ha ha! I got them skills! When it comes to knowing magic cards. Knowing magic cards and the freaky nets. And the freaky nets. Look at that. Look at that face, man. Look at that. Look at that. Bear, it was a fun set, man. It was a fun set. Let me out of this prison. All right, my friends. So, this has been a fun time. Thanks for coming and playing Stump Hatcher with me. I feel like I acquitted myself very well this time around. All right. So, have a great night, friends. And I will catch up with you guys again.